Join me as we explore managing organizational change at a small campus in the Western United States. An overview of topics: history and mission, the organizational structure and culture at ABC College, a description of the new ownership and the change processes and the challenges facing leadership, employee resistance and how leadership responded, and communication strategies, the overall effectiveness of the change process, and how ABC College responded to the changes. The mission of ABC College is to provide consistent, high-quality instruction and motivation in a positive learning environment. The welfare and education of students and employees at our technical school is our primary focus. Together, we work toward building skilled individuals and a successful trade school to serve the needs of the community. The new owner did not change the mission statement. The structural organization of the campus is that it is a small business, has less than 12 employees, full-time employees, and the structural lens, the culture of the campus is a hierarchical culture, which emphasizes internal efficiency, uniformity, coordination, and evaluation. The focus is on the logic of the internal organization, and leaders in hierarchical cultures tend to be conservative and cautious. For an organization to succeed and grow, it must be able to change and address the current needs of its customers. The organization must also adapt and change with customers' future demands. The growth and sustainability of ABC College is dependent on the transition of the new ownership being successful. Thus, the leadership skills of Mr. ABC and the campus director are vital in this change initiative. The leader's perceptions of organizational change may fundamentally influence the outcomes of the change. When considering organizational change, leaders must evaluate their own perceptions and experiences in addition to the organization's members. Based upon the interview with the campus director, it is clear that the transition of ownership is not proving to be successful. Whereas once the company boasted on long-term employee retention, the campus director reported that employee turnover has reached 75%. The campus director stated that the campus only has 3 employees from before the ownership change. I asked, what do you think contributed to the high employee attrition? He flatly stated, the new owner changes his mind so often about what he wants accomplished at the campus, nobody really knows what the mission and direction of the company is. According to the campus director, there isn't a system in place to monitor or assess if the changes to the campus are in fact making a positive impact. We are not sure if all these changes are making a difference with our current students. However, we know definitely the changes are not making a positive impact to our bottom line. Enrollments have never been lower. During the interview, I also asked how leadership communicated the change process through the transition. The campus director replied, to be frank, there isn't any communication on the campus. We are failing, and I feel completely and utterly lost as to what to do about it. I then asked, what would you do differently? He replied, honestly, I am not sure anything could be done at this point. But if I were the owner, I would have built a coalition with the employees from the beginning. I would have gained their input prior to making any big changes to get their feedback. Mr. ABC started new programs, however, did not do anything with existing programs. This led many faculty members feeling alienated and worried about their jobs. There exist differences and similarities between managing an organizational change and managing an organization. Managing an organization, managers can assign responsibilities to their employees based upon expectations and roles. However, change management is different from organizational management because it can lead to both intended and unintended results. Some intended outcomes may include organizational survivability and profitability. An unexpected result is worker cynicism about the change process. When change is initiated in an organization, there is a driving force, a restraining force, and an equilibrium, which is in the middle of both forces. A study found that the involvement of employees in decision-making about organizational change reduced resistance and conceptualized resistance as being related to lack of motivation. This lack of motivation is evident at ABC College, according to campus director. As he described, the staff is complacent in their work. He said, "The faculty is not engaged in the curriculum process, even though this is their chosen discipline. The curriculum had not been updated since 2008. I asked them to update the curriculum with more relevant material, and they looked at me as though I was speaking Greek. When I probed further, they said that the previous owner had always updated the curriculum, and they just taught what he told them to." When individuals are preoccupied, conscious and unconscious acts are produced, causing certain behaviors, such as various forms of resistance. Conscious and unconscious behaviors develop out of people's dislike of organizational imbalance created by a change leader's initiative. According to the campus director, the employees were very vocal in their dissent to the new ownership and management. He described behaviors such as insubordination. For example, he stated, "One of the faculty members decided they were going to tell all the students in his class that the new owner did not have a clue as to what he was doing, and that if he were a student at this school, he would ask for his money back." The students were so upset that they came to the campus director's office and asked what is going on with the school and are they getting a quality education. As much as the campus director tried to appease them, 2 of the students eventually withdrew from the college. That may not seem like a lot. However, at the time, there were only 32 students enrolled. Employee resistance typically is viewed from a negative perspective, thus causes leaders to overlook the positive aspects associated with the resistance, such as opportunities for continued learning in the areas of organizational change and employee resistance, and as an opportunity for open debates with employees. Effective and clear communication is important to alter resistors of change to acceptors and supporters of change. However, changing people's behavior will not be easy for the change leader. Employees need to feel that the jobs they do matter, and employees like being recognized and rewarded for their achievements. Employees place value on rewards and exert effort to achieving those rewards. Unfortunately, the leaders at ABC College are lacking the transformational skills necessary for effective change. One of the most effective methods of organizational change is Lewin's change theory. Lewin's three-phased model of change management is unfreeze, change, and freeze. Lewin believed that leaders must understand that the change is necessary and must ensure that all individuals involved in this unfreezing process are aware of change by preparing for it. The change occurs as leaders make the necessary changes. In Phase 1, the organization readies itself for change. Phase 2, also called the transition phase of change management. In Phase 2, individuals are already unfrozen and are moving towards the new way of being. In Phase 3, the freeze stage in the change process is about stability. During the last few minutes of the interview with our campus director, he spent a great amount of time reflecting on things that he could have done differently. He shared that he wished he would have done things differently. Employees never understood the changes we wanted to make. We did not spend enough time building a coalition to help us with the change process. Well, maybe if I would have listened to the employees more, or maybe if I would have pushed a little harder with Mr. ABC. Well, it's never too late to try something new, change our approach, communicate things a little differently. Thank you for sharing this journey with me of a one person's experience with managing organizational change.